we're aiming for this to be interactive. So you'll see a Q&A button at the top of your Teams there. Feel free to put any questions in there. We may stop at a couple of points to answer those, but we'll definitely have a discussion Q&A at the very end of this call as well. So yeah, we encourage you to ask as many questions or provide any comments as much as possible. So firstly, we know organizations have got a wide range of data sources, more than ever before. We've got a number of people on this call that you're here because you've got Power BI and you've probably seen the power and the benefits of using that system. We know there's improved decision making with AI and big data, which is capable of the product. It's simplifying data connectivity for a large range of users. Very interactive UI and UX for visualization and analysis. Provides you near real-time reports and information. It's got really good governance to access permissions for key insights, and it's great to collaborate as a team. The problem is your team is not always everyone that's in your own entity. It's a lot of other stakeholders that work with yourselves and together to create value out there in the market. So there's a few examples there. So franchisees, your subcontractors, working with your clients, working with agencies, other vendor partners, and even just temporarily working in groups with other organizations, mergers, acquisitions. The list is really endless. So yeah, that is the most difficult challenge that people report back to us. And of course, the cost of licenses themselves. And for anyone who wasn't aware, for a very long time, it's been $10 for a Power BI license, Power BI Pro license per month. That's actually just gone up in recent weeks to $14. So aside from the cost of getting to that audience, the other big thing that's reported is just the hassle factor, the amount of inbox requests to add someone externally to try and see a report, whether or not that's approved, and the time it may take. So it's really not practical to, I guess, start to communicate real business insights for decision making to your key stakeholders. That's where we've stepped in. We've been here for a few years now as Binokula to enable that process and just remove the complexity from your business. Any new external user can be invited and view and interact with dashboards. All they need for accessing Binokula is an email. Then on any device, they can log in via a web browser and start accessing those reports. Then you guys, as the admins, have complete control over what reports are presented and who gets to access what. It works just like normal Power BI report on the powerbi.com service. When sharing interactive reports, a Binokula user sees the little blue bar you can see down the side there, and it's just hosted on a simple browser tab. There will be a couple of things that they see, which is a home page for their default report, maybe a button there for a list of 4 reports they've been granted access to, and a log out back to our home screen. So it's nice and simple for them. And of course, all the inbuilt reporting functions like filtering, exporting, everything else you've enabled from Power BI for that specific report carries over for this functionality. Other things for the users, it's designed to be really intuitive, the system. So when we've designed this, we'll focus on icons and clicking just so people can navigate straight to the report content. We know that's what they want to see. It's all in a secure hub, so you can be sure who's accessing that report and information. It can be rendered on any browser type and on any sort of device. We've got customers who are out in the field, in an orchard, for example, looking at these on iPads. And again, if you're wanting to manage the sign-on access, it also works with single sign-on. And for administrators, there is no limit to the amount of admins you may want to assign to the program, but you have full control over the look and feel to make it look like your company. You can change the settings based on your own company's security policies, like how long their logins will last for or inactive periods. There's plenty of options and settings there to be really flexible to set it up as you need it. And you can actually see who logs on and when. Assigning user access. Now, this is a key part of Binokula, the creation and management of access for these external users. And it may be done either at a user level, a user group level, or report group level. There's no right or wrong way to set this up. And a 30-day trial is something we regularly encourage to anyone who wants to have a go with the product, just to play around and see if what works depending on the context of your organization. So that's probably a good time to jump over shortly here with Jason to the demonstration part of the webinar. We have a basic scenario. We've got worldwide importers who are trying to share insights with two distributors outside of their own business, so they can see an executive summary of everything going on, whereas Tailspin and Wingtip are the two distributors who get to see their own product sales and stock on hand reports. So Jason, when you're ready, feel free to kick me off, take over with your demo screen, and we'll show everyone the power of what you're looking at.
Hello everyone. You guys can see my screen.
Yeah.
Cool. So we start with a report view. This view is exactly what you can see when you open your Power BI. It's intuitive, and then so what depends on what sort of report that you upload onto your PowerBI.com. They can be shared into Binokula with some rural security, as well as the user access control in Binokula. So as Aaron said, start with the home screen, which is what the report you just see, because I said this one is the default report. So it's exactly how it load from PowerBI.com to Binokula. And then we go to the admin view. So in this view, you get user control, report control, and all the user access control you can do which is Aaron just mentioned, for the report group, user group, to assign to different user with different privilege. And then there's portal control, which is to control your branding. As at the moment, it's backgrounds, logos, bottom colors, and login screen control, and also you can put some information on the login screen as well. So that is the portal setting that will do with like the organization name, also the invite email and reset email setting. Back to the main point, on the report view, here's the list of report that you uploaded to the Power BI workspace. And then after refreshing, you can see as much report as you uploaded on PowerBI.com. So in this view, we got a reference. First of all, is the report group. That's the report group that you assign this report to, and also report reference. Report reference, that's what we're going to use. What we use for Power BI single sign-on report view setting, which to save the hash load that you have more than one report, or you have you have a re-uploaded report with the same name, so you can isolate it differently. And that is add report to report group. Later on, we're going to see later on we'll walk into the report group list, and that's enable the rural security that will trigger trigger the lower security setting when you viewing the report as the user itself. We disable it and or can enable that. And then last one's delete. Remove it from this list so all the grouping doesn't exist. However, it's still in your Power BI report, your Power BI workspace. If you're gonna, and then after refresh, it will come back. And then we go to user management. In user management, you can add user and control all your user stuff. To add user easy, simply put in the user email address, and then that will add the user. And then this bit is for the user. This bit is for user control. So add user to the report group, which is set scene, give permission to the user as admin administrator, enable sharing and enable export. We're gonna later see in the report view. Enable royal security alias, which is the function for some report using only alias for royal security, not the user itself. So that's the function we can use. Test user is for administrator to use. So you can use this thing, and then you can use a different browser. You can log in as that particular user and invite user email after you set up this user completely. You set that it's supposed what report is supposed to see, and then you can invite them to come in to use the system. And so reset password for that user, disable it, and then add the user is changing its email address. If it require change, at the end of it, you can remove it. So for report group, it's quite simple. You add a new report group. You assign the report into this report group. Just give a name and then description for it. And for example, that's the example said. That's how it's a report name, and then that's the description for it. And then this report group is what report group. Sorry, this reporting group is what report is being assigned into this report group. So that's added the name of it. That's for the what I just said, the reporting groups, and that those two is for assigning user, and this one's for assign a individual user into this report group, and this one is assign the user group with this report group. Later on we'll come into, and that is to delete the group if later on needed. So for user group, that's quite similar. It's quite similar with this one and the report group. So created your description, and then here is the here's the function to change the name. Here's the function to add the report group into the user group, and here's to actually adding a specific user into this user group. So at the end of it, you end up as a user, apart from the administrator control as a user. At the end of the day, I got this view. So this view is what report I could see when I log in as after you done your user access control. So enable sharing, as this function is for you to share this report outside Binokula group, or you can set a limit of it. So you can actually get a share link, send it to outside organization or anybody that is relevant, and then they can open this share link to view this report inside Binokula. And after that, you could disable sharing when you need it. And this export function is to export this particular report as a PDF format and PowerPoint format. Back to, and the last, not least, is the admin report, which as enterprise user, you could have a report view for seeing who is using this report and what report they are viewing in what time, what format, what time and what day. It's low to low, have multiple companies. Yeah. So to mention our other product, not other product, similar rather, is Binokula Instance. So apart from those two bottom function, we're pretty much the same setting and same format. The second, as you can see, you can view the report list as well as seeing the report itself. Yeah, report list. And that's my demonstration report. For them, and for yourself, if you want to see it on your own time or on your own device, that is our demonstration website. You can actually click on any of those, as Aaron mentioned in the PDP. This demonstrate each type of user in the report. It's coming to the enterprise demo version, and then you can see how it works yourself. And then that's end of my demonstration. Back to Alan. Hello.
Thank you, Jason. Just get back to where we were before. So as Jason mentioned, we've got the two products, so Binokula Instant and Binokula Enterprise. Instant is very much designed for, I guess, any line manager, data manager who wants to download, deploy from the Microsoft Marketplace and start sharing today. And Binokula Enterprise is more about actually creating a direct tenant out of your environment. It goes through an onboarding process with us. We've got a 9-step checklist. So you can publish directly into a workspace, and those will appear automatically in Binokula. So depending on your requirements, those are the two we've got. And also Binokula Consulting Service. So let's just say you want a little bit of help configuring and setting up and making sure everything is seamless and available for customers. We've got a 2-hour service there as well. So that's the 3 areas we're working on at the moment. Just wanted to touch on a little bit the difference between Binokula Instant and Enterprise. As Jason hopefully showed you before, everything looks and feels the same. A toggle, easy to navigate, hopefully intuitive to everyone that saw the demo. The only difference is uploading reports in Binokula Instant, which are connected then back to the data source through PBIX versus the direct publishing in Enterprise. And there is a little bit of difference in maximums of total reports between 6 maximum reports in Instant and unlimited reports in Enterprise. But for anyone who wants to inquire after this, we can sort of talk through your needs and cover that. But we've also got a plans page there which goes through this in a little bit more detail. The Binokula Enterprise setup, as I said before, where as a minimum, there is a single license and a subscription to Power BI embedded node that's required, but we'll walk through and set up to make sure your workspace is publishing and gives you everything you need. This is overlaid with the Binokula front end that your external users will see. And it's probably a good point at this stage to mention that we do not host or hold any of your data. All we have is a list of the users that Jason showed you before in that list, just for allowing permissions and access. All the data remains in your environment and refreshed on the page and drawn through when it's actually required. The Instant, I think Jason might pop some links in the chat as well. This is simply just going to the marketplace and downloading. There is actually a 3-step guide to make sure you're set up with the deployment. Then once you upload a report that your data refresh settings are all good and are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And of course, if you've got a standardized report, but you want to present personalized data, we've got also a knowledge article there on setting up row level security. So definitely support that's easy to read and follow, but obviously get in touch with us if there's some extra information or queries you may have. This question always comes up. Okay, what's it going to cost me? We've got a bit of an overview both on left and right of Instant on its own. So you're paying for one of those subscriptions based on the amount of total users you need. There is a 30-day free trial for whether or not it's Instant or Enterprise. That's fine. And on the right there, I've given a bit of a plan comparison. So let's just say you wanted 100 users and needed that to be done at a license base at the moment, and probably even more cost effective now that as of 1st of April, $14 per user, quite easily $1,400. But depending on Instant or Enterprise, even with all the nodes and other subscriptions signed up for, at least 20% or at least 19% cheaper across the board. So, and very much putting the functionality in your hands, which is reducing the hassle factor. And again, that configuration service I mentioned before, if you need a little bit of help setting up, there is an option there for you. And also just wanted to highlight at this stage that Binokula has been around for several years. We're a New Zealand company, and we've got plenty of clients in different industries requiring many different use cases. Part of Stellar Consulting, who are an end-to-end analytics or data and analytics specialist focusing on building better business decision making. So sometimes if you need a little bit of help on your overall data journey, even just to get to this point or involved in something bigger, feel free to reach out with us. We can handshake and get the team involved and lend you some extra support, because it's not just about sharing Power BI reports, it's making sure your data is in good order. Just to give you a quick flash of the types of customers we're dealing with at the moment. So Toyota New Zealand is one of our flagship customers. And very much the use case there is the Toyota New Zealand entity versus all the local franchisee dealerships. So different businesses, but as a total solution for their own clients and people who buy cars, they've got seamless reporting. Eastpak, large kiwifruit storage and delivery and export organization in New Zealand. They have growers on the ground who need to be seeing up-to-date results while they're in their auctions. And Heartland Bank is another one who is getting finance and up-to-date reports almost live to a lot of vehicle financing relationships. So you can see the different types of use cases there. And we have 5 other countries who are currently doing different solutions, from biotech to warehouse and logistics to marketing. So if you're not sure if it's for you, it's really all just about being able to share Power BI externally, and we've probably got some solution for you. We've got plenty of resources to help. So even if you just want to do your own research on sharing externally. There's plenty on our knowledge site, which we'll share as part of an email summary after this. And you can see on that page there was the demo site, which Jason gave you a quick preview of before. So if you need to show anyone else or just have a quick play of yourself of what's actually in there, that's the very best first step. And finally, thank you once again, and really appreciate everyone here who's made the time to come and see us. We've got plenty of time now for Q&A. I'm not sure if there is any questions there at this stage. It's not, so maybe a prompt for anyone now if they wanted to add any questions that we're happy to cover for the next 10 minutes or so. And we know that some people do like to jump away on time, so just raising it before we answer any questions. We are doing a thank you for anyone who has taken the time today to join this session. We have a 30-day free trial, but for anyone in this group, if you're really interested afterwards, feel free to have a chat with us and we'll extend that to a 60-day free trial. And as an additional bonus, anyone who signs up for our 12-month annual plan will throw in an extra 3 months free of charge. So 15 months for the price of 12. So a special offer to those on the call. But yeah, let's see if we've got any questions or comments there. Jason, have you spotted anything?
No, no, in a moment. Okay. No.
Not yet. That's fine. And just pointing out, Jason has been popping some links in the chat, which if you can't think of any questions now but want to cover some stuff later, there's plenty of other background reading and information for you. He's also put in a link to the demo site also. So that should be enough to get you started. And I guess if there is no questions, we'll call the webinar to close here, and we just appreciate your time today. So I thank you from me and Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you from Jason too. Thanks, Tim. We'll see you all again soon. Hope to hear from you soon.
Okay.